This is little short notice, Nakura, because Padmati Mataji was not able to take today. So, 1 second, Mataji. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Padamayam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vishnavamscha Shri Guru Sakshat Sahagana Lagunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute
ఎవరు ఇప్పుడు ఫోను
Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Thank you all for joining. I think somebody is not muted. So thank you, Matajis. One more time. Actually, I just got back from work, so little unsettled, taking a couple minutes. So today, actually, some Matajis who are with me in the morning Japa class, they wanted me to share a little bit about, the Sadhu Sangha retreat that I just happened to attend. So if you all don't mind, I'll spend 5-10 minutes on that. Is that okay?
Yes, please, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Yes,
Mataji, and let this be like interactive session for all of us. So I just share my screen. Couldn't post all pictures. Actually, I wanted to show some videos and all also, but somehow didn't get the time. That's what I just came back late from work. I was hoping to do some. So are you able to see my screen, Matajis? Yeah?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes. So I actually went to US last month. And incidentally, where I went, my son lives in Orlando, and there was Sadhu Sangha. So the Sadhu Sangha is an annual Kirtan retreat, just like we have Mayapur retreat. Actually, Madhis, everybody is comfortable in English? Anybody
Yes,
doesn't know
Mataji.
English? ఎవరైనా ఇంగ్లీష్ అర్థం కాని వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారా?
English is okay, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you so much.
ఓకేనా? ఎవరికన్నా ఎనీబడి డస్ ఎవరికన్నా ఇంగ్లీష్ అర్థం కాకపోతే చెప్పండి. So, so this is an every year conducted retreat. I think for the last 4 or 5 years they've been doing. And His Holiness Indradimna Swami started actually. This started as a retreat for his disciples in various places of US. And somehow it became so popular that now it is open for like all disciples. So, it so happened that it was happening in the place I was, and then when I was. So where I was and when I was. So some mercy, some devotee must have prayed for me that I was in the right place at the right time. So I was able to attend. So it is a 3-day retreat called Sadhu Sangha. I think last year it was in Dallas, and this year, last year there were, I heard 2,000 people, and this year there were 4,000 people. So devotees from all over the world, Russians, Chinese, of course, all Americans, Indians, so many people all over the world came. So, amazing this was. Like, I cannot, nobody will be able to express in words, how this was. It has to be, experienced from the heart. So, truly, I mean, when Mataji said to share my experience, it's something, that words cannot express. So I thought, morning till night, Kirtan, all day Kirtan, will I be, because I never attended Mayapur Kirtan retreat also. So those of you, my my dear senior Matajis and all who are used to immersing themselves in the holy name, probably they know it. I'm not one of those. So for me, I thought 3 days of Kirtan maybe, like too much, but unbelievable it was, like morning till night. It was half day Friday, full day Saturday, full day Sunday, and then half day Monday. So morning Mangalarti, Japa, then 7 to 8 was Bhagavatam. One day His Holiness Radhanath Swami took, then one day Sachidanand Maharaj took, and one day Shivaram Swami Maharaj took the Bhagavatam. And then 1 hour for breakfast, and then the Kirtan starts. So each team comes on the stage. So it's a big team kirtan. It's not single person singing and then the rest of us are following. So they have their whole team with their all different instruments for different kirtans, and most of the kirtanyas are all foreigners. And in the degree of absorption, I think one message I wanted to take was with how much absorption they sang. So if you're watching them closely, their eyes are closed and they're probably in Goloka somewhere when they're singing. So each one I was amazed at the depth of devotion, because it was not about how that's what see acharyas say, like kirtan is not about how beautifully you can play, how you can impress your audience, what kind of music you play, what kind of tune you sing. So none of those matters. I think the end of the day, the kirtan is how much you can please Krishna. And this was not like a show, they were so simple, so down to the earth. They were not expecting, any praise. All they wanted is, to please the Lord. So, so that was their mood, and that I saw, throughout those 3 days. So all, great Maharajas were there. Some pictures I was able to post. Like I said, I didn't have much time. So the master of the ceremony was, Sachinandan Swami. I don't know how many of you know, but he's I think his base is, I don't know, Germany or something, but he's a white-skinned Maharaja. So he was announcing, and then this is, I think, Madhava Prabhu. Then this is Bada Haridas, and audience, 4,000 people, one big. It's actually a resort. So this resort is in Orlando, and Orlando, I'm sure everybody knows it is a place for entertainment. Like there is Disneyland, Hollywood. What is that called? Yeah, the Hollywood studios. So all full of sense gratification. So the place is like that. So actually, when Radhanath Maharaj came on the stage, he said in the introduction, like Orlando is known for sense gratification, and now here we are, 4,000 people in that resort, and so the people are having a culture shock. So seeing all the devotees in that resort, where typically it is people who come for Disneyland. So it was a different environment. So really, truly, it must have been a culture shock for the Americans, because we were all dressed like in Indian attire, devotee attire. Everybody in the hotel was wearing tilaks. It was a beautiful big resort and a big hall. So you can see all the audience sitting here. And then this is His Holiness B.B. Govinda Swami. Very, very wonderfully he sang. Then this is the audience from behind the stage. So everybody sitting. So that their whole team sits with all the music instruments. This is Prahlad Prabhu. I heard he's like with Indrajit Maharaj, and he's dedicated his life to him. So wherever Maharaj travels, he goes with him. And little bit more, and so many emotions in the audience. Some were crying, some were joyous, some were ecstatic, some were hugging. So a lot of emotions to see in the audience also. Then of course His Holiness Radhanath Swami sang on 2 days. Then I think she's Gandharvika Mataji. First time I heard. Then Vaisheshika Prabhu was there. He also sang beautiful kirtan. Of course, Indra Maharaj's kirtan was, like out of the world. And then there were Mayapuris. Mayapuris, you must have heard. And she is Achyuta Gopi Mataji. I don't know how many of you have heard her. If you haven't heard her, please hear her. She's on the YouTube. She's a Black African American devotee. The very popular, best Kirtani, I would say. I mean, you just hear her voice and with how much depth of devotion she sings. And she also does this, what is called Leela Kirtan, means she tells you a little bit of the story and then she will do the Kirtan. So little Ramayan, she said, and then she sang little Kirtan. So it was very wonderful. Then I don't know if I can share some. Are you able to see my screen now also? Yes?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. So yeah, this is, and I had the opportunity to meet, my old devotee friends from Detroit, from Dallas. So everybody from all across US came. So this is, all my friends from Detroit where we were able to catch up nicely. And then this was in the Kirtan Hall. So these are, my very dear friends from Detroit. So all of us came to Bhakti at the same time. And just an example of, how ecstatic the Kirtan was. These are Mayapuris. Can you see that? And see here, the old, the Varishta Vaishnavas also so beautifully they were dancing. It is here.
Mataji, I can't see any video. Otherwise, I think the screen is stuck.
So this is me at the. It's a beautiful, exchange of Maharajas. This is His Holiness Satchidanand Maharaj and His Holiness Radhanath Swami. So it was so beautiful to see, how they interacted with each other. What else can I say? Just a full expression of, holy name. So they start, most of the time they start very slowly, kirtan, then they build up the tempo. And so noise. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So so that was so basically, I think all of us, it'll be nice if we can attend these Kirtan retreats. So just, immersing in the holy name. So the whole thing is about holy name. The lectures, the Bhagavatam class was also all about holy name. Then Japa is, of course, holy name. Then the rest of the day is also holy name. So I think we have to do this periodically in order to purify us. And also, meeting all the sadhus is also so purifying. So, and I don't know who to thank for, but, I got this mercy somehow. So that was a little bit about that. So I will start the class. Let me share my PowerPoint. Yeah. Yes. So Mataji is able to see my share, see my screen?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes. So yeah. So this my actually inspiration has been, this book called The Living Name by His Holiness Sachinandan Swami. So, my humblest obeisances to him. And for over the last 1 year, we've been reading some books about japa in our morning session. So from 6:45 to 7, we've been reading. So we did Harinama Chintamani, we did Namamrita, we did japa reform book, and like that. So small books and big books we've been doing, and we also did this book. So it was it somehow inspired me very much. Matajis, can you all please mute? Mataji? Noise from my laptop. 1 second, Mataji. Are you all hearing some disturbance?
No, Mataji, all are.
I don't know. I'm having a lot of disturbance. 1 second. Let me close my.
I also heard Mataji, lot of
Yeah,
disturbance.
I don't know because everybody's
Yes,
muted.
Mataji, lot of disturbance was there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I closed my screens if it's there. So what I was saying is, I was just inspired by reading these japa books, and at least, personally, I've realized, I don't know about other people's experience, but 1 second, I don't know, I can't even go forward. Yeah. So personally, I experienced that, I've been chanting for, over 10 years now. And somehow I felt like, I was not doing japa like it should be. So I think all of us also should introspect and see, like, are we taking, empty pills? So this is what Maharaj says. So, we've probably been chanting for years now, and then it just like, suppose some doctor gives us a medicine, and like this on the left side, and we take this capsule, and there is powder in it inside, which is, going to cure our disease. Instead of that, if we just take, the pills on the right side, like these empty ones, from the outside, they look exactly like a capsule. Of course, they're looking white just to show you, but they will look just like the ones on the left side. They will look exactly like the pills that, are having that powder, but it may not have. So it will not produce any effect. So, although japa, the holy name, has so many glories associated with it, if we don't do it rightly, if we don't do the japa correctly, then Maharaj says, it will be like an empty pill. So you may have gone, 5-10 years chanting, and then realize that, it is not doing the job. Like, it is not whatever, Shastra has promised that japa will do, like, transform our hearts, remove the anarthas, remove our sins, make us humble. So all this, if it is not coming, then it is not the mistake of the japa, but it is not of the holy name, but it is probably, like we are taking empty pills. So we are not doing it in a correct fashion. So that's what he was saying. So which was impressive. 1 second, Mataji. I don't know, somehow my. Yeah. So, not in advancement. Yes. So I wanted to share something that is, practical, because I mean, little bit of theory I'm going to talk, but basically this is actually part one. If you all, permit, I will do more. But this is supposed to be not like a theoretical class. It is for our personal application, because that's how, Maharaj tells us that by understanding this, then, some transformation has to happen in our japa. So, and then I would humbly, submit that, I'm a student too, although I'm not even, qualified to talk about holy name. But I am with you all. It is like, I want to tell myself again of the importance of chanting and how it should be done and improve, because, years are passing by, and if things are not changing, then, it's like empty capsule, which I don't want to continue to do, because time is running out. So it is supposed to be for personal application for all of us. Initially, little bit, there's a little theory, so that, we remember what holy name is. And then if you all want, like a notebook or something, please get it. And maybe next session, we'll also get the beads and see how we can practically do. And if you all have any, questions, please feel free to interrupt. So as I said, I am also a student here. I'm also learning with you all. It's always that, when we share, then we also apply with all of us. Because again, one more thing I've learned over the last year is that chanting in association with other devotees is much, much more effective than chanting alone. At least, it has worked for me in terms of giving some regularity to my chanting. And also, this reading has given me, little quality. I can say that, it's improved. So I'm just hoping that, it helps a little bit for all of you also. And I heard, I met one Hari Parshad Prabhu in US. He's a very, very, very knowledgeable devotee. I don't know whose disciple he is, but so what he was saying is, even today, so the audience, which is you, is like, you're all like flowers, and I am, the speaker, maybe a thread. So the beauty of the garland is, by the flowers. So only when I have, devotees like you listening, then, we can together make a garland. And then also, if there's no needle to the thread, then, that thread cannot go through any flower. So no one can make a garland, without the needle going through the flower. And so that needle is, is the Guru Parampara, is my Guru Maharaj. So which only presence of that needle makes a garland out of the devotees and the speaker. And yes, the needle will pierce, but that's what, the gurus are supposed to do. So they will pierce through our hearts and make us understand. So I'm just praying to my Guru Maharaj, to Prabhupada, that, whatever I say, maybe, inspires a few in the audience. Then, I'll consider, this as purifying. So, what we should all do is, again, there may be a mixed audience. If you all don't mind, can you all quickly put in the chat? Again, as I said, let this be interactive. I'm no teacher here. So let this be interactive. Can you all put in the chat box how many years each of you all been chanting? Quickly. Because, I mean, this will help everybody. But, I just want to know so I can be correct in, what I talk. Quickly. This is a number of years you've been chanting. Somebody's been chanting 27 years. Is that true?
Mataji, I'm Sarita Goyal Mataji from 97, Mataji.
Really? Hari bol. So
But
Mataji,
not
I'm so much junior to you. I shouldn't be, talking about japa only. I feel very, unqualified, but it's just sharing, Mataji, what I know.
Mataji, I stopped not completely, but 16 rounds. Mataji, I chanted for a few years in the starting, and now I'm chanting from 3-4 years. But in middle, I was like only for 8 to 12 rounds, Mataji. Not complete 16 rounds.
So, okay.
Thank
So
you.
Mataji, please, feel free to correct me. So many are like, 3 to 10 years. Okay, good. So, I think no matter how many years, we are junior student or senior student, we should all introspect. I think again, most of it I'm saying is for myself. So if you don't belong to that category, it is fine. Like, I am saying to myself that, I have to introspect my chanting, which I rarely did all these days, but I should do. So again, nobody please take this personally. You all may be already doing. Actually, sitting here, I'm thinking, I should not even be doing this, because all of you may be so much better at japa than I am. I know some are, beautiful, bhajana they do. I am very new to this, in the sense, I've taken japa seriously recently, I want to say. So that's why I thought, those of you who are already, into this very seriously, doing, with great taste and enthusiasm, maybe this class is not for you. But for those who are, just 2 or 3 years and would like to improve, maybe it'll help them a little bit. So what do we need to introspect? First, do I have faith in chanting? So this faith is very, very important, because when we come to this process, ISKCON, we chant because others are chanting. We chant because our Siksha Guru has told us. We chant because, we want to feel part of the process, that we belong to each other. But I think that initially, at entry is okay. But as we move on, we should really, develop this faith in chanting. Otherwise, it's very difficult to continue. And I mean, we can discontinue, or we may be just doing very mechanical rounds. So having a firm faith in chanting is very important. How many of you all have that, chanting will take you back to Godhead? Anybody does not have faith can raise your hand or say so. Everybody has the faith, just not theoretical faith. In your heart, do you all believe that, chanting is the only means?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes. So that is good. Then we also have to, because without that faith, I don't think we can continue, or we will never do it correctly. We will just be doing mechanical chanting. Then, am I happy with my chanting? So again, this needs a lot of introspection. So every day after we finish our 16 rounds, we should assess how we are doing. Did my rounds go well today? That is, quality. Of course, quantity, we are all fixed up on quantity, I think, pretty much. But, am I happy with my chanting? So again, here, we should not be complacent. If my rounds, I mean, I have been like that. So today my rounds didn't go well, but I didn't even pay much attention. Okay, tomorrow, kal dekh lenge. Maybe tomorrow they'll be better, or some days, I didn't even think of, the need to improve. So we should all, every day we should assess, how is our chanting, and, is there any, am I happy with it? Means we all should have the enthusiasm to improve ourselves. Without that, if we are not doing good rounds and we are okay with that, then, our life will pass, like, many years passed for me, that, we'll remain in that quality of chanting. So again, please, each of us should introspect on how it is. And then, is there a gap between how I chant and how I want to chant? So there's some of us who are who don't even know that there's a better quality of chanting. So we are happy with how we are chanting, and we don't even have the desire to improve. So that is bad. I think at this stage we should not be there. We should realize that at least if you have the desire to improve, like, this is not how I want to chant, I want to improve my chanting, then there's room always to improve. If we don't even realize that that we are chanting bad rounds and there is so much room to improve, then we will never progress. And then we have to think, is my chanting mechanical or filled with love for Krishna? And I think this mechanical rounds I have done for many years, I can tell you. So again, it is an empty capsule. It's not going to do the work. It is not going to, let us advance, or many things that are associated with the benefits of chanting. We won't see those. So our chanting should not be mechanical. It should be filled with love for Krishna. And how that should be, we will address in the future chapters. And then, do I experience the aliveness of the holy name? Again, is the holy name, only words? Are we just repeating these 16 words like they are words? Or are we seeing the holy name? Are we feeling the holy name as something that is, more alive? And I have a slide for that. Then has my chanting improved over the years? So am I at the same place where I was 5 years ago, or is there any improvement in my chanting over the years? So again, this also we have to introspect carefully. And then, is my chanting producing any effect? Means, am I just, doing my 16 rounds and leaving, or is it doing anything? Has it transformed me? Of course, we do seva, we do other things in Krishna consciousness, but the majority of the effect should come from chanting. So if you're doing the chanting correctly, then we should see that transformational effect. So have I changed? Is the chanting producing the effects that the acharyas are saying? And then, do I have the taste for holy name? This is a big question. I don't. Again, like a disclaimer, I'm not taking this class because I have some taste in the holy name. I'm trying. I'm seriously wanting to get. I'm begging to get this. And if there's somebody who has the taste, we have to take their association. So, that will rub onto us. So please, find devotees who are, I know many are there in this group that are very quiet. They have the taste in chanting. So we have to take association of those devotees so that, little bit of that Namaruchi will come to us. Why this is so important in our life, this introspection is, reviewing our japa, is because Srila Prabhupada says 99% of our devotional progress or progress in spiritual life depends on the japa. So, so that is true, and japa is a key to our spiritual life. So if you look at any lecture, anything, that any problem, any class that does not end with the holy name, right? So we all know that it is how important it is for our spiritual life. So we have to constantly remind ourselves to that. So this taste that that was the last question. Am I having taste in chanting? So our this famous words from Srila Rupa Goswami is there, where he says, "Tunde Tandavini Ratim Vitanute Tundavali Labdaye Karna Krodha Kadambini Ghatayate Karnarbudheya Spriham Cheta Prangana Sangini Vijayate Sarvendriyanam Kritim Na Jane Janita Kiyatir Amritai Krishneti Varnadvayi." So he says, I don't know how much nectar the two syllables Krish and Na have produced. When the holy name of Krishna is chanted, it appears to dance within the mouth. We then desire many, many mouths. When that name enters the holes of the ears, we desire many millions of years. And when the holy name dances in the courtyard of the heart, it conquers the activities of mind and all the senses become inert. So, I mean, we have to think, are we anywhere close to that? Have we any time thought, I wish I had more mouths, more tongues to chant the holy name? Did we ever feel like, I should have more ears to hear the chant, share the, I mean, I did not. I don't know if somebody out there does. But so this is because, I mean, the holy name is so sweet. The holy name has that nectar which we are unable to experience, but the Goswamis and the acharyas are experiencing, and that's why they can chant such beautiful rounds every day. And His Holiness Sachidanand Swami gives 2 examples of how it is to chant with taste. So this first picture is a picture. Anybody guesses who this is sleeping here?
Srila Prabhupada.
Srila Prabhupada.
Here, first picture. This is Srila Prabhupada here. This one. Who's this?
Arjuna.
Arjuna
Ah,
Prabhupada.
yeah, Arjuna. So, Arjuna is such a, he's such a great devotee of the Lord. And I don't know the whole story, but either Krishna sees, what was the story behind it? Yeah. Somebody questions about his devotion or something. So he says, go and see Arjuna. So go to his room. And then Arjuna is sleeping, like he's completely asleep in his room. I think this is during the Kurukshetra. And then even in his sleep, he's chanting, Krishna's name. So that is I mean, a far goal for us to achieve. But that is the taste with which these devotees are. So even whatever they are doing, whatever they are, even in sleep, they can chant the name of Krishna. And another more contemporary example I heard from Srila Prabhupada. So once one devotee went into his room No, he was actually outside Prabhupada's room. Prabhupada had slept. He said, I'm sleeping, and he slept. So he's closed his eyes and he slept. And then he was he was outside the window and he was hearing the Hare Krishna mantra. So that devotee climbs through the window and goes close and looks at Prabhupada, and he's, I believe, completely asleep. His eyes are closed, but he's chanting the Hare Krishna mantra even in his sleep. So these are, pure devotees, and so that is taste. So do we have that taste? I mean, for myself. So then Maharaj also says, so this name, the holy name, is a living person. So Maharaj put down some of his feelings. When will I feel your name pulsing with life like a young bird in my open palms? When will your name taste like cream and ice on my thirsty tongue, exhausted from the tastes of this world? When will I stop offering you broken names because my love is still divided between you and the world? So these are some of the feelings of our Guru Maharajas. At least so there is so much taste out there which we are probably not even realizing. So what I feel is where we are, the way we are doing japa, we are not getting the entire benefit, because we are, at least I am not getting that sweetness. So at least this desire of having to taste this holy name, which is like cream and ice on your tongue, which is exhausted from the tastes of this world. So I think we are not exhausted from the tastes of this world, and that's why we are not tasting the holy name. And then when will I stop offering you broken names? So when you do inattentive japa, it is like broken names. So why are we not able to do attentive chanting? Because our love is divided between the world and Krishna. So these are some of the prayers that may inspire us to chant better. So, just a little bit about why we should chant, and little glories I will share, and then we'll go into practical aspects. So we all know that human form is rare. So Srimad Bhagavatam says, "Labdhva sudurlabam idam bahu sambhavante, manushya martadam anityam apiha dhira. Turnam yatetana pated anumrityu yavan, nishreyasya vishaya khalu sarvatasyat." So this human form has come, after many, many, many lifetimes, many births, many deaths. We've gone through the cycle of birth and death, and we've gotten this human form of life. And so, although it is temporary, this body, we have a great opportunity to attain the highest perfection. So only we can do it. Again, the other species of life cannot do it. So this Bhagavatam word says, the sober human being should quickly endeavor for the ultimate perfection of life, as long as his body, which is always subject to death, has not fallen down and died. So even though it is temporary, we have this body. So as long as we have this body, we have to utilize it in the correct way. Because after all, sense gratification is available even in the most abominable species of life, whereas Krishna consciousness is possible only for a human being. I mean, we've heard this from seniors many times, but I thought I'll still put this here for some of the newcomers that may be out there. So human form is so rare, and if you are not using it for perfection, then we would have wasted this life, because this opportunity is not there. This opportunity of seeking perfection, seeking the absolute knowledge, and seeking the holy name is not there for the lower species of life who are after sense gratification. So how do we perfect our life? This is a little, table that His Grace Prasad Prabhu once shared. So as getting a human form of life, we want to achieve perfection, right? So perfection can be sought out in various forms of yoga based on Bhagavad Gita. But if you see, Dhyana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, where there is meditation on the super soul or Paramatma. So what does this result in? So this results in realization of the Paramatma, but there is no personal relationship with Bhagavan. And then Jnana Yoga or impersonal meditation. This is meditation on the formless, on the Brahma Jyoti. So these are impersonalists. And what do they achieve? They achieve merging into the impersonal Brahman. So they lose their individuality and their capacity to serve. And then Karma Yoga, where Krishna does recommend in Bhagavad Gita performing duties without attachment to the fruitive results. And this leads to bhakti. And if done with devotion, it can, you can go into bhakti yoga. But otherwise, if you are not offering the results, then it just becomes, a good karma. And then we have bhakti yoga, of which, chanting is one of the key points of Bhakti Yoga, key processes of Bhakti Yoga. So that's how we are discussing this. So Bhakti Yoga, what is the advantage? Bhakti Yoga is the only process that allows us to attain Krishna's abode. So that's why, because chanting is a part of this, that is become so important. So and even among the 9 limbs of devotion service that Prahlad Maharaj gives us in Srimad Bhagavatam, chanting is the most important limb of the Navavidha Bhakti. So etavan eva lokesmin pumsham dharma parasmita bhakti yogo bhagavati tan nama grahanadivi. So devotion service, beginning with the chanting of the holy name, is the ultimate religious principle for the living entity in a human society. So why, out of all the devotion processes, chanting is most important? Because chanting can give us love of Godhead. Chanting can give us Krishna Prema. Whether other processes give or not, they may or may not give. But chanting with attention, chanting with love will give us Krishna Prema. So that's why chanting becomes so important. So, we've commonly we've heard, the quotations from, on holy name from many, Upanishads and Padma Purana and all the main verses we all know. So some may question, even does Bhagavad Gita recommend chanting? Because we focus so much on Karma Yoga and of course Bhakti Yoga and Dhyana Yoga and all. But because our common scriptures that we read are Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and Chaitanya Charitamrita, I just have, like a slide or 2 of each, where these scriptures that are, key scriptures for us from what Srila Prabhupada has asked us to read, how important is chanting. So in Bhagavad Gita 10:25, Krishna says, Yajnanam japa yagyosmi. Again, most of you are familiar with this. So out of all the yagyas, the japa yagya is most important. And then he says, Satatam kirtayanto mam. So 24/7, what should we do? We should do kirtana. Kirtana or japa. Kirtana is the musical form of japa, and japa is the, what we utter every day. So Satatam kirtayanto mam. So it is not 16 rounds, not 2 hours, not 3 hours, but Krishna asks us to do satatam. This means every moment of our life. And then 6.47 says, Yoginam api sarvesha madgatantara atmana shraddhavan bhajate yomam same yukta tamo mataha. So who does my bhajana? And this term bhajana is also, bhajana includes the again, most important aspect of bhajana is also chanting. So those who chant, those who do my bhajana is the best of yogis, is what Krishna has said in Bhagavad Gita. Then Gita Mahatmya. Gita Mahatmya is the book of glorification of Gita. Again, lovely 9 or 10 verses of glorification of why Bhagavad Gita should be read. Out of that, one important verse says, Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra Gitam, Eko Devo Devaki Putra Eva, Eko Mantras Tasya Namani Yani. So out of, we have so many scriptures, so many mantras, so many everything. So if you have one mantra to do, he says, Eko mantras tasya namani yani. And out of all the gods, Devaki Putra. So we can only pray to Krishna. And out of all the Shastras, Devaki Putra Gitam, which is Bhagavad Gita, and then Tasya Namani. So take Krishna's name, is what Gita Mahatmya is saying. And then Bhagavatam, again, many verses are there where Bhagavatam recommends. So one is Nama Sankirtanam Yasya Sarva Papa Pranashanam Pranamo Dukkha Samanas Tam Namami Harim Param. So Nama Sankirtanam Yasya. So I'm offering my respectful obeisances to Supreme Lord. Congregational chanting of whose holy names. What does it do? Pranamo Dukkha Shamanas. So it will destroy all our sinful reactions and remove our material sufferings. So few of the benefits, the goal of chanting is to attain Krishna Prema, but these are all the side benefits. So then we are familiar with this Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam Sango Pangastra Parshadam Yagnai Sankirtanai Prayar Yajantihi Sumedasa. So especially in Kali Yuga, intelligent persons, what do? We do congregation chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who constantly sings the names of Krishna. So, Yagnai Sankirtanai Prayar. So, do Sankirtana, and this is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give us. Then Kale Dosha Nidhe Rajan Astihi Eko Mahan Guna Kirtana Deva Krishnasya Mukta Sangam Param Vrajet. So this Kali Yuga that we are in is full of faults. So Dosha Nidhe Rajan. Dosha means all faults. Nidhi means like a treasure. So it's a treasure or ocean of faults. But there is one good quality. Astihi Eko Mahan Guna. So what is that one good quality is Kirtana Deva Krishnasya Mukta Sangam Param Vrajet. So when we do Kirtana of Krishna, what does it do? We'll become free from this material bondage. And what do we get? Param Vrajet. So we will be promoted to transcendental kingdom. So there's so much emphasis on Kirtana. Then Sanketyam Parihasyam va Sthobam Helanam eva va Vaikunta Nama Grahanam Esekha Haram Vidhu. So the holy name is so powerful that even if you chant the holy name, even indirectly, means, jokingly or for entertainment or even neglectfully. Parihasya means even neglectful. Like, somebody may criticize, ye kya tum log hamesha Hare Krishna bolte ho. So even that is done, very sarcastically. But even then, that nama itself, whoever takes, will be benefited. What happens? So they will be freed from reactions of unlimited sins. So such is the potency of the holy name. Then Yan Namadheya Shravananu Kirtana. So this verse in Canto 3 says that even a person born in a family of dog eaters immediately becomes eligible to perform Vedic sacrifices if he once utters a holy name. So even a Chandala who's, born in a family of dog eaters, even if he once utters a holy name, not 16 rounds or anything, once utters a holy name, will become eligible to perform Vedic sacrifices. So, do we have faith in this? Again, in the beginning, I asked, how many of us have faith that, holy name does that? Some days we may think, when Shastra will say all this, is this really true? Yes, I think we have to believe that, Shastra is true. So that faith has to be, very concrete in us, unshakable it should be. Otherwise, again, it is so easy to get distracted away from this chanting. Somebody in our family who is not devotees may come and say, kya chant karte ho? It is just, repeating the same thing over and over again. So all these, advices may be given by our near and dear ones, but if our faith is unshakable, then, we will continue. And in Chaitanya Charitamritam also, so many verses are dedicated. Kalikale Nama Rupe Krishna Avatara, Nama Haite Haya Sarva Jagat Nishtara. So, Hare Krishna mantra is the incarnation of the Lord Krishna. And by chanting the holy name, what happens? We associate with the Lord directly. And anybody who chants is certainly delivered. So, Kalikale Nam Rupe Krishna Avatara. So we read about in all the incarnations, right? The Purusha Avatars, the Guna Avatars, all. So in this Yuga, what is the Yuga Avatara? Yuga Avatara is a holy name. Of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also came, but this Avatara for us in this context is the holy name. So when we chant the holy name, we are associating with the Lord directly. And then Nama Vinu Kalikale Nahi Ara Dharma Sarva Mantra Sara Nama Ei Shastra Marma. So again, the recommendation for Kali Yuga is that there is no religious principle other than the chanting of the holy name, which is the essence of all Vedic hymns. This is the purport of all scriptures. So this is mentioned in the Adi Leela. So Sarva Mantra Sara Nama Ei Shastra Marma. Marma means a summary of all scriptures is what? That your mantra, chanting of the holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare is the essence for Kali Yuga. So the religious principle for Kali Yuga is chanting of the holy name. So many more are there, but out of time constraints, we can't discuss all of them. And then Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in Sharanagati, he says some very vital points. Again, this faith we should have of what he's saying in this slide. So he says there is no vow like chanting the holy name. There is no knowledge superior to it, no meditation which comes anywhere near it, and it gives the highest result. No penance is equal to it. Nothing is as potent or powerful as the holy name. The chanting is the greatest act of piety and supreme refuge. Even the words of the Vedas do not possess sufficient power to describe its magnitude. So they're saying, the words in the Vedas also don't have power to describe the magnitude of the potency of the holy name. Then chanting is the highest path to liberation, peace, and eternal life. It is a pinnacle of devotion, the heart's joyous proclivity and attraction, and the best form of remembrance of the Supreme Lord. So the holy name is the best form of remembrance of the Supreme Lord. Then the holy name has appeared solely for the benefit of living entities as their Lord and Master, their supreme worshipful object, and their spiritual guide and mentor. And then whoever continuously chants Lord Krishna's holy name, even in his sleep, can easily realize that the name is a direct manifestation of Krishna himself, in spite of the influences of Kali Yuga. So this very, convincing verses, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes in his poem Sharanagati. So many verses. I mean, I've just put like two from Gita, three from Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita. But if you look at Sri Namamrita, so Namamrita is a book of compilation of all the verses that are there in the Shastras about the holy name. So it's called Nectar of the Holy Name. It's compiled by Shubhananda Dasa from all the books of Srila Prabhupada. So the important verses on the holy name are actually more than 60 verses you'll find from our Vedic and Vaishnava literature. So, I mean, obviously, it will take 2-3 classes to just go through the verses. Of course, we read this book, Namamrita also. It took us, I don't know, maybe a year or so. So all the verses are singing about, how potent the holy name is, how glorious the holy name is, and what are the benefits of holy name. So anybody would like to understand what is holy name, then, they should read Sri Namamrita. And then some, important points for us to remember before we go to the practical aspect of chanting. So we said that, in the Kali Yuga, the Krishna has come as a holy name. So Golokera Prema Dhana Harinama Sankirtana. So this Hare Krishna mantra that we are so easily saying does not belong to this material world. It is coming directly from, the spiritual world. So it is what? It is the Prema Dhana. So, ultimately it gives Krishna Prema. So it is treasure of love that is coming directly from Goloka. What is coming? The Harinama Sankirtana. So today I was listening to one Srila Prabhupada's lecture. He was saying, how like fire is there, and if we are around it, sometimes we may not, or even sunlight, we may not be able to see the sun, but how the sunlight comes through our windows and makes everything illuminated, like that. This nama is in the Goloka. So it is the Prema Dhana there, and it pervades. So it comes into the material world also as the Hare Krishna mantra. So it's just like, again, we can feel the warmth of the fire. We may not be in direct contact with the fire. We may not be seeing the fire, but whenever there is fire, all around it will be warmth. And whenever there's sun, all around it will be sunlight. So just like that, this mantra is actually in the Goloka, and it is coming into the material world, like pervading into the material world, just like the sunshine or the heat of the fire. So that's what I heard Srila Prabhupada saying. And he's like, I think that lecture he was giving for Westerners, and how much Prabhupada is struggling to make them understand, because, they don't know Krishna, they don't know holy. I mean, if they don't even know Krishna, how difficult it is for Srila Prabhupada to impress on them the potency of the holy name. So he was giving all these examples of, sunlight and fire, and what is sun and what is sunlight, and trying to, give them the Achinta Bheda Tattva, like, sun is not in our room, sunlight is, but, they are non-different, yet they are different. So all this I was listening, and it is so difficult to explain to them, but, this is what he's saying. So it's just like that. It's coming from Goloka. Now, why is it coming? Why did Krishna come in the form of his holy name? Out of his love. So because of, among all his energies that Krishna possesses, he has Kripa Shakti. So out of this Kripa Shakti means, out of his mercy, he has come down to us in the form of holy name, because, we may not be able to access other forms of Krishna, like, Bhagavan, Swayam Bhagavan, we may not be able to access with our limited senses. We may not be able to, do deity worship. We may not be able to, do meditation on the Paramatma. So because of our incapacity being in the Kali Yuga, out of great mercy, he has come in the form of this Nama. So this we have to remember when we are uttering, it's a spiritual sound. There's nothing material. There is nothing material about this holy name. We make it material, but there's nothing material about this holy name. And then I think one more concept we have to get it into our head is that this absolute truth that we refer to is not an it. I think sometimes holy name, early on, I mean, not now, of course, we may refer to as it or the absolute truth, it. So that mistake we should not do. So the absolute truth is a he, it's a person, it's Krishna. It is a person, a form. And so there is thinking, feeling, and willing, and unlimited ways. Krishna has unlimited ways of willing, and he can fulfill all those by his unlimited, energies. So this holy name, because it represents Krishna, it is also very much alive. So this is how we should feel. We should not feel that there is no life in it's just words. So we have to move away. I'm even having a hard time explaining, but I hope you're all understanding that the absolute truth or the holy name is very vibrant, is very alive. We have to see it as Krishna. So we have to somehow connect with Krishna and relate to holy name as a person. See, it's very easy for us to relate to Krishna as a form, as a Tribanga form, or Krishna in his yellow dhoti and Vaijayanti Mala, all that we can connect as a living personality. But when it comes to holy name, at least I have this difficulty. I don't know about others, but we have to relate the holy name as a personality, not as it or rounds or syllables or something. Yes, it is all of that, but it is a person. So we have to start seeing the holy name as a personality. And then we have to understand that, chanting is a necessary practice. So when we infuse our chanting with life, when we consider holy name as a person, so that's why we refer to as, Harinama Prabhu or Hare Nama is a he. So Hare Nama is a he. It is not an it. So when we infuse our chanting also with this life, that holy name holds, then, eventually we will meet that personality. So we will meet the personality of Hare Nama. And that is why Maharaj, called this book the living name. So we have to start seeing the holy name as a living name. And that's why, the title of the book is Living Name. What time is it? 5. So, so holy name is Krishna. So it is not, an expansion of Krishna. It is not a reflection of Krishna. It is Krishna. So Nama Chintamani Krishna's Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddho Nitya Mukto Bhinnatvam Nama Naminam. Again, very important, given in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha. Rasa Vigraha means it is transcendently, filled with rasa. It is transcendently blissful, beautiful, and it gives all spiritual benedictions. Why? Because Bhinnatvam Nama Namino. So Nama is the Hare Nama and Namina is Krishna. So it is Krishna himself. So there is a Bhinnatva means variation, difference. So there's absolutely no difference between Nama and Namina. So this we have to remember. And so Krishna's name, just like Krishna, is complete. So when we imagine Krishna, we imagine him as being very, beautiful, filled with transcendental mellows, like he can do various leelas. So similarly, Nama also, Hare Nama also is like that, complete and full of transcendental mellows. So it is not a material name under any condition, and it is no less powerful than Krishna himself. In fact, the name is more merciful than Krishna, they say, because it has descended into the material world out of the mercy, and then it is available to all sinful people like us. So it is more merciful and more powerful than the name itself. So there is by no means we should think that Krishna is more powerful. Then so because it is spiritual, because it is Krishna himself, there's no question of Maya affecting it. So Krishna, just like everything about Krishna, is always spiritual. This holy name is always spiritual. There is nothing, no conditioning of material nature can do it. So I'm repeating this verse. All of us know it, but I think just hearing again and again will help us. Even if we can remember this, for next 1 week of our japa, I think it can improve our quality. So that has been, my endeavor. And then Maharaj says, there is only two spiritual entities in this material world. So, what are those two spiritual entities? Jive nije chit vyapara Krishna nama ara saba prapanchika jagat samsara. So, Harinama Chintamani says this. So, there are only two things in this material world that are spiritual. One is the jivas, which is ours, and the other is the Krishna's holy name, because holy name has come down to material world. So, we are talking about the material world now. So, Krishna's holy name and jiva, only these two are spiritual. Everything else is, made of matter. So everything else is made of these 5 gross elements. So only these two. And that too, Jiva, of course, Krishna's holy name is all spiritual, but Jiva becomes spiritually alive when we meet the holy name. So when we meet Hare Rama and when we chant the Hare Rama in that spirit of, liveliness, of being spiritual, then the Jiva also becomes spiritually alive. So when we do mechanical chanting means when we are not alive, when we think Hare Nama is not alive, and when we don't put our heart to the chanting, then what happens? We cannot become spiritually alive, and then we will only meet the shadow of the living name. So we won't be able to meet the living name. I'll repeat this. So if we are doing mechanical chanting, means we are not putting life into our japa. When we are not looking at Hare Nama as a live person, then we cannot meet the living name. So our endeavor is to meet the living name, right? Because only that will bestow the Krishna Prema. So we will meet only the shadow of the living name, which is the Nama Bhasa. So Nama Bhasa doesn't give you Krishna Prema. Nama Bhasa can remove, sins of your sinful reactions. It can clean some of the anarthas. It can take you to higher realms and all, but only Shuddha Nama will give you Krishna Prema. So if you are chanting mechanically, there is no life or love in our chanting, then we'll only be in Nama Bhasa, which, does not give our goal we want. So that's why, our chanting should be alive. Our chanting should be, filled with love. So, filled with love, filled with devotion for Krishna. So, that's why it is so important. So, having this background, we will, go forward and see how we can connect with the living name. Again, it is not just any name, any syllable, any, non-living mantra we are doing. So we connect with the living name. And then Maharaj says, as we connect, then this holy name will unfold. So it will unfold and start giving us, a lot of realizations, a lot of sweetness, a lot of bliss, and many more things will unfold, Maharaj says. And then eventually a greatest mystery will be revealed to us. So, I'm starting to see from where it started, japa, talking about myself, that, okay, my Siksha Guru told me I have to do 16 rounds. If I do 16 rounds, Srila Prabhupada said I'll go back to Goloka. So it started there, and today I have to finish my rounds. And our focus is more on the beads outside the japa bag than the beads inside. That means we just want to get those 16 rounds done. We are not looking at the quality of japa. We are not, at least I am not putting any love into the japa. I was not. So, and then there's so much that the holy name can reveal. So what I'm realizing, what I'm experiencing out of the japa, for the first few years is pretty much, nothing, right? So it's like a chore, you're doing and you're going. Maybe some, some anarthas may have been clean. Yes, it did. And some, peace it was giving, but there is so much mystery in the nama as it unfolds, that, if we don't get all that, then it'll be like, we are not getting the entire benefit of the holy name. It's like, when you have, I'm just giving a random example, nobody has said that. So if we have sandalwood, sandalwood is so fragrant that, you should take the benefit of all that and, offer it to the Lord. But if you're using sandalwood so to just, put a fire to warm yourself or something, it'll be like underutilizing the fire, the sandalwood. So just like that, if we don't do japa properly, we are going to not get all the benefit of japa. So there is much more sweetness and nectar to it that we are not experiencing. So there's more potential to the holy name than what, we are experiencing, or I'm experiencing. So this is when I realized, and, thereby I want to become serious. So the greatest mystery will be revealed, Maharaj says. So what is the greatest mystery? Anybody? What is the greatest mystery that Nama will reveal? Those of you who are serious in japa, what is the greatest mystery that Nama will reveal?
Love for Krishna.
Love for Krishna. Abhinnatva nama namina.
Yeah, all are correct, but more specifically. So yeah, Bhinnatva Naminamna. But we will, I believe one day, I'm hoping, I'm praying that we will understand that the holy name is absolutely identical with Sri Sri Radha Krishna. Radha Krishna, not just Krishna. So it is, so that will be revealed to us. At this time, yes, theoretically we know, but that will be revealed is what, Maharaj says. So almost 5:15. So I think I will end it, but just give you a little. So this is going to be a series again, Mataji. If I have your permission, this was just like an introduction. So if you all permit me, I will take more of the practical aspects.
Yes, Mataji, we would love to.
Jai.
So, yeah, I mean, like the real book hasn't started. So this practical application will take us through how to chant in 5 ways Maharaj gives. One is chanting in yojana, chanting in sambandha, chanting in seva, chanting in vipralambha, and chanting in sharanagati. So these 5 aspects, like how our chanting should be. Yojana is that which is about mind, body, and heart, how we connect our mind, body, and heart. And then sambandha is, of course, knowing the relationship, our relationship with Krishna, we have to chant. And then how to chant in a seva bhava. Again, chanting is not a privilege. It is a seva given to us. And then vipralambha is, how to chant in the mood of separation. So Maharaj talks about how we should long for Krishna in our chanting, how we should, cry that, we are separated from him. We are so far down here in the material world, and so we want to go back. So that vipralambha we have to chant, and then sharanagati we have to surrender. We have to chant in the mood of sharanagati. So all these in 5 ways Maharaj beautifully describes. So we will go through each one, and I'll just take 5 minutes. So japa, for us, instead of something I have to do every day, instead of being it as a chore or something, yes, we understand the importance of it, but again we have to review our own lives. Are we, so this the rest of the seminar that I will do is for people who have taken this process and chanting very seriously. So if somebody feels, my material life is going well, I'll just do a little bit of japa and a little bit of Krishna consciousness on the side, it is not going to work. So it is not for those people. So those who feel or believe that, spiritual life is the way to go and are adjusting their material, I don't want to say spiritual life, material life, but to understand that, this japa is the most important part of their life, and that, this bhakti is, they are very serious about following. When we are serious about bhakti only, then we'll be serious about japa. So for those people only it will help. But if we just think, my life is all, खुशी खुशी में जा रहा है, ठीक है, किसी ने बोला जपा करने को हम करेंगे, for those people it will not work out. So we have to plan our life in such a way that japa becomes a central point. So it is not on the side. So japa is not going to be on the side. It is going to be the pivot of your life, and that to attentive japa. Again, not any, haphazard mechanical japa. So we have to plan our life around it in such a way that, so see, if we have, if you're applying, or if you're flying somewhere, somewhere outside India, what is the most important thing we need? What do we need if we fly outside?
Passport.
Visa.
Passport, yeah. So just like that, japa is our passport. So that becomes, so when we are traveling, the first thing you want to ensure is that, do I have my passport in my bag? So just like that, our life, this life, because we are all serious, we came to bhakti, there's no going back. We know why it's important. We discussed how human form of life is rare. So then we have to make our life, plan our life in such a way that it is around japa. So not that, I'll get 1 hour here, I will chant, or, I'll do everything in my family, every chore I will do. And then if I get a little time in the evening, I'll do. No, I'm going to be little firm on this. Yes, we have responsibilities and all that, but once, just like, passport is important, rain or sun, we will get the passport, we will do it. So when we think, the priority is japa, for my life, priority is bhakti, then we will do good japa. If you're trying to, force japa into rest of your life, then it's not going to work. Some people may not like me for saying this, may say that, yeah, as a grihastha, you have to please everybody and all that. Yes, all that is there. But it is not impossible to do good japa and also, do your household chores. But what I'm saying is, make this a central point of your life. So let not your household chores become an excuse to do poor japa. So plan properly. Actually, the planning starts on the day before. So sleeping early, key point. Even I've learned this. You have to sleep early. Any day I'm sleeping late, the next day gets affected. Any day I'm going out and coming late, the next japa is getting affected. So plan it in such a way that these, outlying events don't happen. And the best thing, Brahma Muhurat, 3 o'clock, get up, get up, get up. Prabhupada says, rascal, get up, like that. And Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, every morning we should get up and beat ourselves with a broom, and every night with a chappal. So seriously, I mean that I used to laugh it off, but no, that is how serious this is. So sleep early, get up early, no matter what. And because before the rest of the family gets up, we have to get this done. Otherwise, there is so much disturbance, and we all have our extra duties as a woman, and we hear so much about our Sri Dharma, our Grihastha Dharma, and all that. So yes, that is also dharma, but this is our Sanatan Dharma. This is our Bhagavad Dharma, doing good japa. So this is also important. So let us plan our day in such a way that it gets done. And yes, we will serve our families, but also let them know that this is important for you. So let people not disturb you in those 2 hours. Everybody thinks ये तो हमेशा माला पकड़ के रहती है, we can interrupt her, we can ask this, ask that. No, I mean, when we are serious, they will understand the seriousness of the situation. So let people not disturb you in these 2 hours. So plan however your day is. If somebody has to get up at cook at 6 o'clock, then maybe get up early. So every family's plan is different. But what I'm trying to emphasize is, again, no offense to anybody. What I'm trying to say is japa should be the pivot. Your day schedule should go around japa, not vice versa. And then Maharaj says same place, same time is best. So, choose a place in the house where it is quiet, and same time, same Brahma Muhurta, you get up and chant. And of course, not same enthusiasm. With increasing enthusiasm, we should chant. With increasing realizations, we should chant. And also prayers. Again, this I have made it a point recently. Before that, yes, we do the, Guru Mantra. Again, that was also very mechanical. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya, and then you start doing your japa. So no, I mean, before you take your beads, very, very seriously, very humbly, in a worshipful, prayerful mood, you pray to your Guru, you pray to Srila Prabhupada and Panchatattva, Nityananda Mahaprabhu, I mean, intensely to, allow you to serve, because chanting is a seva. We cannot chant good rounds without the mercy of our Guru Parampara also. So actually, either in the mind, or I started actually putting Srila Prabhupada and my Guru Maharaj on the table next to me. So start with intense prayers to them to allow you to serve the holy name for that day, and then beg back to Panchatattva. Without their mercy also we cannot chant, because what they say is, yes, chanting is your endeavor, but what we experience in chanting is complete the mercy of the Lord. So just like, if you have a temple which has, many doors, like if you take Srirangam temple, it has many doors. So you can open all the outside doors, but the Garbhagudi door, the pujari has to open from inside. So just like that, for us, we can chant, put all our effort into it, and we are opening the doors, but that inside door of mercy, Krishna has to open. Sri Radha Krishna have to open. Otherwise, we won't get the mercy. So we have to understand that, we need their mercy for us to chant every day. Again, let's not think that, on our own effort we are chanting. It's my capability that I'm chanting. So if not real pictures, you do like a, Manasika Puja. So you offer your obeisances and some flowers to your Guru Maharaj, to Srila Prabhupada, to Panchatattva, and then take their blessings and intensely pray and start your japa. So, so this is, preparation for japa. When we understand it is the most important thing for our life, then yes, we need to do some of these things. And there are, of course, many points, that we have discussed before. Like, they say sitting and chanting. I think that will come in Yojana. Whether sitting or standing or walking, all those points will come. But this is before chanting is, few points I wanted to emphasize. And then we read 10 offenses every day in the japa group. And I also read, Samsara Davanala prayers. I pray to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Parampara, and also the Sikshashtakam. So make sure, the 10 offenses in Sikshashtakam, everybody reads every day, whether you're alone or in group, it really helps. So Sikshashtakam, again, no mechanical reading of any prayer. Put your heart to it, understand what it is saying every day. And also some of, Bhaktivinoda Thakur prayers and Narottam Das Thakur prayers will help us, because they are so merciful, and they one second. So they are full of, this Dainya Bhavana, this bhav they have, with which they chant and with which they address the Lord. So some of that mood will come to us. So make sure you read some of these prayers also. So take it as a, serious aspect of our lives, and have a goal of, improving the quality of japa. Wherever we are, there is room. Maharaj says, yeah, you've probably done it for 20 years, but, there's still room for improvement. So the goal should be, to get taste in the holy name, like, how Rupa Goswami described in that verse we read. And eventually, of course, bottom line is to please the divine couple we are doing. It is not for our taste, but Maharaj said, asking for taste, begging for Namaruchi is not wrong. But eventually, our japa should be to please the divine couple. So I will end it here, Matajis. Next class, I will do the chanting in Yojana. I think maybe two at a time we can take. Chanting in Yojana and Sambandha we'll do next class. And then maybe another one class we can do the rest. So thank you so very much. Please, what I want to say, forgive me if I spoke anything that is, beyond me, that I should not have spoken. And then, my only endeavor is, for our group to really advance in chanting, because it is so important. I think I wasted many years not chanting well. So somehow, by, devotees' mercy, I should say, by association, my heartfelt thanks to actually Krishna Sevini Mataji. She saved me really, because without her, being there in that group and encouraging other Matajis to join the Japa group, the Sachisanga Japa group, which we have, and her association and many more devotees association, I'm able to, stand here and actually talk. Before that, it was very irregular. So it has really helped. So the association has really helped. So thank you all
Thank
very much. I just want to end with these words. Yadatra skhalitam kinchit vidvamsa purayantu tat yad atra sausthavam kinchit tad guroreva me nahi. So any mistakes in my discussion, please, all of you learned souls, please kindly correct it. I know I'm talking before many seniors in bhakti. I may be senior in age only. Yadatra saustavam kinchit. So if there's anything beautiful in this or anything that has inspired you, then it is completely belongs to my Guru Maharaj. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, thank you so much, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Dandat pranam.
Any
Hari
questions?
Hari Bol, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Hari Bol.
We
Thank
actually haven't even started the book actually.
Mataji, మీరు ఇందాక అన్నారు సరితా గోవింద్ మాతాజీ 27 years. I also started 24-25 years back, Mataji, chanting. Initially 1 round, 2 rounds, and I increased to 10 rounds, and I continued 10 rounds for many years. 10 rounds కంటే ఎందుకో ముందుకెళ్ళేది కాదు. ఏకాదశి మాత్రం పక్కా 16 చేసేదాన్ని ఎవ్రీ ఏకాదశి. అంటే ఆమె ఏకాదశి ఫ్యాన్. ఆ తర్వాత హైదరాబాద్కి వచ్చినాక కూడా బికాస్ ఆఫ్ మై ప్రీవియస్ బిఫోర్ హిస్టెక్టమీ థింగ్ అండ్ ఆల్, ఐ హ్యాడ్ హెల్త్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ అండ్ ఆల్, ఇట్ ఫెల్ డౌన్. 16కి వెళ్ళినా మళ్ళీ 10కి అలా. దెన్ my dear Bharti Sakhi and my elder brother, I challenge my brother, if you learn this Sandhya Vandana morning cheyali, Brahmins anta cheskuntaru kada, Gayatri mantra cheyatamu adi. He said he would learn from my brother, my husband. So I said, if you learn that, then that particular time I will chant 16 rounds. He ritually started, Mataji, and then Bharti Mataji was also encouraged. These two very key persons, I can say, I continued. And luckily, in this Sakhi Sangha Japa platform you had given. So if you are saying thank you, I should give Loris Barbarke thank you for
No, Mataji. No, Mataji. No, really, association only helps. Otherwise, not possible. At least for me, it was not possible without all of you. So thank you so much.
I still
Thank
feel
you.
Bharti
Thank you
Mataji
so
not
much for today's
giving the
class,
Sakhi
Mataji.
Sangha Japa group.
Bharti
Because
Mataji, you should be here giving actually.
no,
Ah.
yeah. No, I really, the way each of that slide and each of that was just talking about what is inside you. So beautiful heart, beautiful, displaying Mataji, sharing, more important. Thank you so much. Revealing and it's more important, and at least for some time it will remain. So keep giving these kind of classes, Mataji. It really helps us.
Right.